guys won't stop talking.
And you can pretty much do it
Felger and Mazz.
in perpetuity.
Yep. The Sports Hub.
It's just strange.
It's crazy. Well,
I don't know any other word to use than strange. He hasn't admitted to anything.
Right.
He's kind of danced around it.
Yeah.
People with common sense can supply the rest of the information, can finish the sentence. But he's going to miss the third day of the draft for this. And it's on a Saturday. It's not like third day of the draft is a Monday, and that's when the counseling center's open for business. Like, it's a weekend. It's a Saturday. And it's a fairly important day for an NFL team. You could go Sunday. You could go Monday. You could go Tuesday. That is what is just weird. And is it like a soft suspension by the Patriots? Did they? Oh, no, you're going to, this has been a big mess, Mike, and you need to get yourself taken care of. Saturday, I don't know. They're going to hand it to a network that has tried its best to ignore without conspicuously ignoring the story since it first came out after midnight on the day of the draft, and he's going to miss the third day of the draft for it. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. And I still, I checked and made sure, is this real? Is this real? Is this real? Before I finally posted it last night before I went to bed.
One part of it I do get. Vrabel does the Tuesday morning thing. The Post comes to him on Wednesday afternoon, as was reported in the Post. The Post comes to him Wednesday afternoon and says, again, Page 6 contacted both Vrabel and Rossini on Wednesday afternoon regarding the latest photos, these photos in the bar in Tribeca 6 years ago. They contacted Vrabel and Rossini Wednesday afternoon. And while neither commented for this story, Vrabel then told ESPN just hours later he'll miss day through the NFL draft. So the timing that they told Vrabel Wednesday afternoon, we have these bar photos from 6 years ago. And then, interestingly, that afternoon, they posted, again, this innocuous little update from Sedona with them at breakfast, which was really a nothing burger, and it was odd. We sat there and said, why this story isn't really shedding any more light on it, and these pictures kind of suck. So why are you doing this, New York Post? And as we said, opening segment, maybe that was the Post just throwing a little warning shot at Vrabel. We're on this. Hey, hello. We're going to go with it. We're on this. Wake up. We're not messing around. You know what else we have. And then at midnight, it's the statement to Reese about counseling on Monday. On Saturday. Saturday. Jesus. And then at noon today, we get the photos of them in the Tribeca bar. So like that timeline I get. The missing day 3 of the draft, but not day 1 or 2, and going on Saturday. What is this, another half measure that is bound to not last?
Yeah, I tell you, I keep coming back to what's coming out Sunday. Like, if you're looking at the calendar that way, they've basically given them warnings along the way. So if you follow the pattern, I'm just giving my 2 cents. But they went to Rossini 2 days before the story broke. So they gave them a little time. They went to them and gave them a little time to get their act together. Then they released it Tuesday night. They gave them the chance to refute the story. They couldn't do it. The story comes out Tuesday night. So they gave them at least 24, 36 hours. At least. Okay? Fine. Now this happens. And again, the timeline you're painting to me is it lines up with a similar type of behavior. They went to him first. We have these. And maybe I wonder if they said to him, Mike, we have more pictures of you in Sedona, and there's other stuff coming out tomorrow. So now he's got to motivate, and now he's got to get out of Dodge before the draft ends. Yep. And they might have even said, and there's more coming Sunday. We'll give you the calendar. You decide how you want to handle it on your end.
So it's
he's still playing defense.
It's Head Forsey Hills on Saturday. Yeah, I mean, that could be it. That there's more coming.
Now, again, the other part of it is, his wife has a say in this. We don't know.
Yeah, I tend to think it's more this, that she said, if you want to save this marriage, then you have to take a day away from work and prove it to me. I think it might be more on the lines of that.
If she wants some advice, I have some for her. I have advice for all of them, if they want it. Billy in New Hampshire. Go ahead, Billy. Billy! Comment line on Bedard not covering the story. Well, now it is a football story. So
it most definitely is.
So if your lead chief decision maker isn't going to be there on one of the bigger decision-making days there is, then it's a football story. And again, I want to reiterate, I'm not going to pretend that I care about day 3 of the draft. On day 3 of the draft, I'm going to be nowhere near caring about day 3 of the draft. Okay? I'm going to be at some flower parade on Nantucket, if you want to be totally honest. Maybe that's the day I would want to be in front of the draft.
Oh, it officially kicks off the season out there.
Oh, my God. It's so painful that, you know what? Maybe I do want to do the draft that day. But I don't care about day 3 of the draft. I don't. As I've always said, do that on your own time. But it's an important day for the teams, and it's an important day for all the scouts and the whole operation. And Mike Vrabel is the lead decision maker, and he's not going to be there.
Can you imagine how we would have reacted if Bill cut out of the last day of the draft because he had to go to the Bahamas and, sun on some dock like a manatee?
Okay, but this isn't what Vrabel's doing. But still, he's missing one of their most important days of the off-season calendar.
Yeah, either way, it would be a selfish reason. This one's probably worse. And those 8 picks, if they were to ever see the field, and if they cost the Patriots a game, any of those players,
well, listen,
they will be looked at as the Sedona picks.
Jim, we have a hook now.
Oh, yeah.
All those picks. Well, that right there is the result of the canoodling in the hot tub in Sedona.
No, as he said, the Sedona picks.
Right. Why do we have to watch this stiff run around the field? Well, if Vrabel could have kept it in his pants, allegedly.
If you thought the Bruins couldn't get their act together in 2015, wait till you see this.
Who fumbled? Who just cost them the game? One of the doing 8.
Yeah. Tom and Newton. Yes, Tom.
Yeah, hey guys. So people have talked about Diana Rossini maybe giving Mike Vrabel inside information around the league. How do we know that it's not a two-way street and he's been giving her information on the Patriots' plans, their injuries, things like that? Because I feel like that gets you closer to the territory where you can ask questions about his job.
So I think they share inside information. But this part of it, I'm not as outraged by, or is not a big thing for me, because I think that goes on with a lot of reporters platonically. Or, like I said, Adam Schefter is not in a bikini or a one-piece playing footsie with Mike Vrabel in the hot tub.
Yeah.
But he might as well be. He doesn't have his tongue down his throat literally, but he's got his tongue down these guys' throats figuratively. So they're all sharing inside information, and they're all stroking each other, literally or figuratively. In this case, it might be literally. But I don't think that her level of access or inside information was any greater than what some of these other guys have, who aren't necessarily allegedly in bed with their sources.
What was the thing Vrabel said early in the year about we got a lot of rats around here? Do you remember
That was last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it? Do you remember what the story was?
Yeah, it was maybe about an injury? I can't remember it.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But he did have that reference. Frank and Sandwich. Yes, Frank.
Yeah, I think it's pretty simple. He told his wife that the Sedona thing was just a one-off, won't happen again kind of thing. And then it finds out of the 2020 pictures. Now he has to go back to his wife a second time and say, oh, well, it was really 6 years, not a one-off.
Right.
And now there's hell to pay.
Right. I think that's the...
I mean, that's a real possibility.
On the face value of it, that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
He told her it was a one-off. Now it's revealed that it's been going on for years, and now it's DEFCON 5. You're not just seeking help. You're seeking help now.
DEFCON 1. That's the...
No, not 1 then. It's 1. Like I said.
I mean, that would,
If you found out your husband or wife was cheating on you for over 6 years.
It's scorched earth. That's why I think it's her husband. It's bad enough that...
Scorched earth.
No, it's... Yeah, her husband that triggered the whole thing is what he means.
Oh, yeah. If you're either him or her, meaning Diana Rossini's husband or Mike Vrabel's wife, if you're that person, if you're in that part of this, and you find out your spouse has been cheating on you for 6 years...
Nuclear. Yeah, you're going nuclear. I felt this way from the beginning with where the pictures probably came from.
This is my advice. If it were me, there is no amount of counseling that's going to patch that one up.
Yeah,
Right,
that is.
Life is too short, guys. Life is too short to spend it on a couch trying to work out your issues. There's more than one fish in the sea, and I would not waste my time. I would not waste my time with any of this. Go to work, go to the draft, and my lawyer will call you, and let's just call this a day, shall we? And anything short of that, I have a hard time wrapping my head around.
Well, I mean,
But everyone's different, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. That's what I was just going to say. People are different.
We continue. Felger and Mazz from Hurricanes. Bruins, Sabres, Game 3. The Red Sox.
Comic relief.
Epically suck.
I wish they didn't even score that one run.
Me too. I'm just so bummed out.
They suck. We have the final day of the big board. We have to throw for quarterbacks. They've been sniffing around quarterbacks, which is kind of interesting.
Do we throw for coaches?
So all these things are on the table. You want to take just a little Vrabel breather and start to get to some of these things?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well, let's throw for quarterbacks next before it gets too crowded in here, and then we're sculling people with Nerf footballs. We'll do that next. We'll throw for quarterbacks on the big board right after this.
Bruins Buffalo tonight at the Garden. Felger and Mazz right now at Hurricanes at the Garden. Brought to you by Coors Light, Blue Mountains Cold Beer, Bruins. We're at 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Final shot of the year. That very well may be the Patriots' next franchise quarterback, or it might be this individual who Tony Mazz hits now with the blue dart. Aim well. That will be Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh, wow!
What does that mean, Mazz? Is that good or is that bad?
Oh, I heard rumors about him.
What kind of rumors?
That he was on their radar.
Eastern Illinois, 6'2", 220 pounds. Little on the small side for my liking. Pros. Named to know during the draft. Snappy catch and release quarterback who plays with no hesitation, Mazz. Perfect. Makes quick decisions. Consensus FCS All-American drop back passer with lightning quick release.
Yep, we like that.
Plays with good base and feet in an up-tempo offensive scheme. Negatives. Competition level. He does not have the compete level.
Yeah, that's good. No. Competition level means he didn't play against anybody good.
Oh, competition level. Very good. He played against a bunch of scrubs there at Eastern Illinois. Very
He's a
good.
Sleeper.
His vertical arm strength is suspect. He will need to take snaps under center and learn pro-style offense.
There you go.
Jimmy Garoppolo, put him on the board.
With the 67th pick in the 2014 NFL Draft, your New England and my New England Patriots select Jimmy Garoppolo, quarterback, Eastern Illinois.
We're going to throw for quarterbacks. We're here at Hurricanes, so this is we're sort of blocking this as we go. Bob Hood, our cameraman. Do you know what Bob Hood's claim to fame is? This is my favorite detail ever. Do you know what Bob Hood's claim to fame is? Hold on. You guys don't have some Mazz and Murray don't have a headset. It's football related. Bob Hood's claim to fame is that he sacked Doug Flutie in high school. Isn't that cool? Dennis?
I didn't even know that.
He sacked Doug Flutie. You went to Framingham? Walpole. He was a defensive lineman at Walpole. And that little turd was running around at Natick, and Hoodie chased him down and sacked him.
I think you could have even sacked Doug Flutie.
If Hoodie could sack him, then that sort of opens the door for, I think a lot of us could have sacked Doug Flutie if given the opportunity. Hoodie, am I in the right spot? Okay. We're throwing for quarterbacks. They've been sniffing around quarterbacks, which is fascinating. Mazz and Murray are not on mic, so we're not going to hear them. This is an old school version of it because there was a time that I would hold the board up. We have a little board, and I would hold it up, and so I was in harm's way. It hasn't really been that way the last few years because now we have a massive whiteboard in our studio back in Waltham. But since we're on location, we just have the old school big board, which is that puts me in harm's way is all I'm saying. So don't hit me. Listen. We're not doing page one because page one has Mendoza and Ty Simpson, which they're not going to do, and so we're just going to give ourselves a little bit of a break on that one. We're not throwing for it. Those are the only two names on the page. If there were other names, I'd still throw on page one, but since those are the only two, we're not doing that. We're going to do page 2, 3, 4, and 5 for the quarterbacks. Don't hit me. Who's throwing first? Mazz is throwing first. Go ahead, Mazz. Ah! That was a good throw, dude. Okay. Talon Green, Arkansas. Okay, Talon Green, Arkansas. He's the number 3 guy in this magazine. I don't think they're going to draft someone that high. But anyway, now I'm going to page 4 and 5. All right? So some real suck bags on here. And Murray's going to throw next. Mazz had a really nice throw. That was a good toss. No one got hurt. You hit it square. Go ahead, Murray. Throw it. Ah! Where did that hit?
You can't miss it. It's a big splash.
Oh, Jesus, Murray. Wow. Okay, we'll go closest to is Luke Altmaier, Illinois. Luke Altmaier of Illinois. Okay, Mazz, what color are you throwing? Color of money. Here comes green, the color of money. I like the throw so far. I have not gotten hurt yet. Okay, go ahead. Ow! Now that one sort of got me. That was a good throw, though, Mazz. Miller Moss, Louisville. Okay, Miller Moss, Louisville.
If I can jump in for a minute,
Yes.
this explains a lot to me, because yesterday I went in and I asked Mazz and Jim, I said, are you guys throwing tomorrow? And they said yes. Neither one of them seemed concerned about it. You weren't in the studio at the time. So
Well, right. They're not.
that explains it.
But that's the way the bit used to be. I used to be in harm's way for 38 throws. You guys did good, though, today. That was good.
This got all over my laptop.
Those were bullets.
Well, there was some splatter.
Those were bullets.
Is Alex Barth happen to be back in our studio there, Jimmy?
He is.
Hey, Barthy, how's it going?
How we doing, guys?
Okay. Talon Green, Arkansas. 6'6", 225. I love the size.
Good, big guy.
Strengths. This is interesting write-up. Sort of like me, sort of what they say about me. Strengths. A genetic lottery winner, but genetic lottery winner. A genetic lottery winner, but mystery box quarterback.
Oh, brother.
So looks the part, but sucks.
Mystery box. Ooh, what's in the box?
Yeah. What's in the box? What's in the box?
Giant
I hate the mystery
pile
box.
of crap. Exactly. I don't like mystery box things.
Brock Osweiler was like this. Big, tall, looked the part, but kind of sucked.
Potential. Upside and risk-reward conversations are likely to dominate draft evaluations of Green. He went to Arkansas. Okay, again, a genetic lottery winner, but mystery box quarterback. Green has every trait to seize scouts' attention. Can make any throw on the field and has the size to hold up, staring down blitz pressure in his face to deliver the ball. Weakness. Long looping release means the ball doesn't get out as quickly as you would like. Decision-making has been questionable late in the game as he starts trying to do everything himself. Even when his team is winning, is almost guaranteed to produce 1 turnover a game.
Oh, great. Seriously.
This guy has 35 career interceptions.
Holy crap. How many games?
I think
He's tall, Jameis Winston.
I'll tell you that's a hard 35. And Jesus,
1 turnover a game. The Baker.
and he still has
on a good day.
Still has moments where NFL evaluators wonder whether he can break through. Barthy, your thoughts on the player and where is he really projected to go?
In a bad quarterback class, like I could see some team looking at his physical skills and making him the third or fourth quarterback somewhere at the end of day 2. His combine testing was unreal between his size and ran a 4.6 340. He almost set a record. He had a 43.5-inch vertical. He keeps getting questions about if he's going to move to wide receiver. And the combine numbers, the relative athletic score puts him in a comp with like Calvin Johnson. But he keeps saying he only wants to play quarterback.
So as soon as I heard that vertical, I said they should make him a tight end. He's 6'6".
He's getting asked about it everywhere. He keeps saying he won't do it.
He should be if he's a moron and he can't process.
Put him on the board. Put him on the board.
I mean, most of the dumb guys play tight end.
Luke Altmaier, Illinois, 6'2", 210, projected in the 7th round.
I don't want an Illinois quarterback.
Altmaier held his own in pre-draft all-star settings. He opened eyes at Illinois with 7 game-winning drives in the final minute during his 35 games for the Fighting Illini and posted a 23-12 overall record. Winner.
Not bad.
You can go 23-12 at Illinois. That's
a crap school.
Weaknesses. Not huge. Not huge and will gamble. Taking physical risks to reach the sticks on his own and throwing into contested catch situations in tight moments. Moments of panic arise.
Oh, brother.
When the pockets collapse and pressure up the middle arrives to his face mask. Your thoughts, Barthy?
He's fine. He takes what's given to him, not much more. Like prototypical late day 3, mid-late day 3 quarterback. He could be something for the Patriots.
He's fine means he's terrible.
Barth hates him.
Seriously,
you hear the tone?
He was a fine college quarterback. Yeah, he's a late day 3 pick. He's a guy you bring in and you put him at the back end of your quarterback room, and if you need a third guy, he's just kind of there.
Tony, Barthy loves everybody. He loves all these draft picks, right? He's so horned up for.
Wait till we get to Miller Moss.
The tone on this guy, Barthy's like, he's fine.
Yeah, no, he doesn't like
that. Means he blows.
And the last time the Patriots took a quarterback from Illinois, John Hanna said he was wearing a skirt.
Miller Moss, 6'2", 210, another little fella, out of Louisville, 5th round projection. Strengths: Moss excels in the intermediate area, throwing with exceptional anticipation.
Good, I like it.
Particularly on crossing routes. He demonstrates strong mechanics even under duress with a quick release that helps him survive pressure. His processing speed and understanding of leverage concepts allow him to exploit defensive weaknesses efficiently. Tough in the pocket, he'll stand and deliver strikes.
Tough.
With defenders approaching.
How big is he?
I said 6'2", 210.
I didn't hear that.
Weaknesses: overestimates the throws he's capable of making, forcing passes into tight windows and creating costly turnovers.
Got big eyes and a small stomach.
Lack of elite physical tools limits his ability to create outside structure or escape pressure. His pro comp is Colt McCoy.
Ugh.
Barthy, your thoughts?
He replaced Caleb Williams at USC, had an unbelievable bowl game, and people started talking about him like he was going to be a first overall pick eventually, and then he just completely flatlined. There was nothing there. The thing about him, I forget exactly what it was, like not knowing what throws he can and can't make, that's pretty spot on.
Okay, so those are our 3 quarterbacks. Put them on the board. They're going to draft a quarterback.
I bet you they'll take that guy.
And I want to follow up on that and just get a quick draft thought as the draft is tonight. And Vrabel, as of now, presumably will be there. And I think of the reporting I saw, I don't know, maybe you can just confirm this. Mark Daniels, I saw a tweet that they played on the midday, that if they make a first-round pick tonight, he will be at the podium.
Well, the Patriots have since put out a press release saying it would be him or Elliott Wolf.
If they make a pick tonight?
Yes.
Daniel said if they make the pick, it'll be Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
If they don't make a pick tonight, it will be Elliott Wolf.
Right.
Well, that's how. Well, you're just reading something from the team. Daniels.
Yeah, I have Daniels' tweet here, which was what you're saying. Vrabel scheduled to speak tonight to the media if the Patriots make the pick. In the event they trade out, Elliott Wolf scheduled to talk Friday, then on Saturday with Ryan Cowden. So if the Patriots trade out, Vrabel not on the media schedule until May 27th.
Okay. So
they're trading out.
They might be. There was another trade rumor today that might involve the Patriots. That's interesting. I want to pick up on all this after Big Jim Murray gets you updated.
Game 3 of the playoffs. Felger and Mazz playing games at Hurricanes in the Garden right now. Brought to you by Coors Light, official partner of the Boston Bruins on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Yeah, I mean, we've evaluated all the quarterbacks. We're continuing to do that. We're looking at some pro options as well, and it was really less about Josh specifically and more about the development and growth that we saw from Tommy DeVito in his practice reps last year. He was as Josh was as well, a great resource for Drake, and we'll continue to evaluate the position, whether that's draft a pro free agent or a college free agent or however it ends up falling.
Elliott Wolf a couple of weeks ago on the quarterback thing. Why do you think they're sniffing around quarterbacks?
I think security, backup. Like I don't think it's anything beyond that. And you can never have you can always, it's that Green Bay approach. You bring in a quarterback, you develop him. It turns out he might be able to play a little.
How do you feel about him doing it?
I like it.
I love it.
Always.
And I love how it pisses. You know what pisses off?
The Drake Mayists?
Dork nerds and fanboys. We're like, we don't need a quarterback. We have a quarterback.
Look, it's the most valuable commodity in the league. Why wouldn't you try to cultivate it?
And also, the draft nerds. We're like, why aren't you using it on something you could actually use? Because, nerd, whoever they pick is going to suck and not really play like most of them.
Exactly right.
So you might also do it at a position that of some value that could actually help you down the road. And it's also just fun fodder. I do like it for the fodder, but I also get smart. I think it's smart, and they could pick a quarterback in the first round, and it wouldn't upset me. I think it's good business. I think it's smart. I think it's a lot of teams that have done it have had a lot of success doing it. My Green Bay Packers first and foremost. But when the then Redskins went
RG3 Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins, one draft,
yeah.
et cetera, et cetera.
I love that approach. I thought that was smart back then.
Look, it did not work out for the Atlanta Falcons with Cousins and Michael Penix.
Yeah.
So fair enough. Like I was heavily in favor of that, and that did not work out for them. So I'm not telling you that there's some sort of guarantee. There's no guarantees. But I just think it's good business. Whether you have a good backup, I like having a good backup quarterback. I think it's important. I think winning without your starting quarterback is a sign of a good organization. If you have a good backup quarterback, I'm all for it. So draft a guy that can play. Do that. Draft a guy that needs to be developed. Develop him.
That has skills. This is why I don't want them getting rid of Joe Milton. They probably wouldn't be in this situation looking at drafting a quarterback and using one of these picks if you had to move on from Joe Milton because he made Drake May uncomfortable, whatever the hell it was.
Right. Who cares if if it makes your starter uncomfortable
good.
Or pisses your starter off, good. One of the best things Bill Belichick ever did was drafting Jimmy Garoppolo. And not because he was the guy, but because Bill thought he was the guy or wanted him to be the guy. Just that presence got Brady off his ass a little bit. Remember, before they drafted Jimmy Garoppolo, Brady was living in Brentwood, California. He wasn't here in the off seasons. He was living in L.A. The numbers had started to drop. And after that, guess who recommitted to everything and won 3 more championships and went to 4? Blah, I don't need to tell you. So I think the drafting of Jimmy Garoppolo is one of the best things they ever did. And he almost was the guy. Turns out he wasn't. Not tough enough, but he was close.
There was enough there that it scared Brady when it lit a fire under his ass.
It definitely did. And, I don't think Garoppolo totally sucked, but all I'm saying is draft quarterbacks. Draft them. And if the draft nerds don't like it, F them. If your existing quarterback doesn't like it, tough. And keep doing it. And so they should draft a quarterback. And in my mind, they can't draft a quarterback high enough. No place in the draft. 31, 63, 95. None of it would offend me if they drafted a quarterback. So go do that. Okay. Secondarily, what do you want them to do tonight, Mazz? What do you think they're going to do?
So to me, I said I want someone up front, either on offense or defense. I'll take either one. I think they're both important, and I believe in the whole idea of building from the trenches out. You got to be able to control the line of scrimmage, and they're not there yet. They're closer on defense than they are on offense, but I also think they could use an edge guy because they don't have anybody that can really get to the quarterback with regularity. So edge or offensive line.
What do you think they're going to do?
One of those.
Yeah.
I'd love something exciting. I'm not expecting it, but if they were to, Kyle Pitts is apparently, trade bait from the Atlanta Falcons at tight end. I'd love to see them upgrade at tight end. I like Hunter Henry, but he's starting to age out. You need some depth there. If they moved this 31st pick or a couple of picks in the middle rounds for Kyle Pitts, I would love something like that.
The thing has been reported all day that Jacksonville may be looking to trade up into the bottom of the first round and using Brian Thomas, their receiver.
Yeah, not the Wendy's owner.
I do that every time, don't I?
Well, that was the same name of the guy from Texas that they had years ago who played with Vince Young. You remember him?
No.
He got a personal foul in Indianapolis.
Yeah, I do, Mazz. I do remember that.
I do remember that. I knew you'd remember him.
I do remember that.
Yep.
I just want a Frosty with my receiver. Brian Thomas is maybe being floated as a way to get into the bottom of the first round. Let me ask you this. Would you rather trade number 31 overall for A.J. Brown or Brian Thomas?
Brian Thomas.
Why?
Younger, more upside.
Yeah, younger. His first season, again, going over the middle last year, he had alligator arms, a lot of balls clanging off frying pan hands. I don't love it, but his first year, he was really, really good. And younger, and more upside, I would think.
That kid needs to change the scenery.
Yeah.
There's something there with him and Liam Cohen. It's not working right. Because he was a good player before Cohen got there, and if it's that, Cohen thinks he's not tough enough or he doesn't fit in the offense and do what Cohen wants him to do, whatever it is, bring him here and let him do what he did the first year in Jacksonville.
His name was being floated out there as being traded off that team almost immediately after the season ended at Jacksonville.
Okay. What do I want them to do? If they use the pick, meaning if they stay in the draft, I want them to trade up, as long as it's not too far, and get that tight end from Oregon. I don't know why I got a little thing for the tight end. I think it's a back door into an impact position that are just, tight ends just don't have the premium attached to them that receivers do. Yet if you can get one of those guys, if you can get, and I'm talking one of those guys, Kelsey, Gronkowski.
It's a great mismatch to have.
You know what I mean? And it's not just that. It's Kittle. The Packers have a great guy who can't stay healthy, Kraft.
Oh, Tucker Kraft, he's good.
You get them lower in the draft than you would a premium receiver, but if they're the guy...
Detroit's got one with Sam Laporta. There's good tight ends in the league right now.
You get, kind of number one receiver production for a lower draft pick. So, I forget the kid's name.
Kenyon Sadiq
from Oregon. That guy, whoever that guy is, that premium tight end. So I'm kind of tight endy right now with them, is what I want them to do. If they're going to trade it, Brian Thomas greater than A.J. Brown.
Definitely.
Give me Brian Thomas over A.J. Brown. I feel better. I got some trepidation on A.J. Brown.
With good reason. Yeah, look, there's a reason why Philly's getting rid of him, too. If he was still great, they wouldn't be moving him.
Okay, one more thing, and then we'll get back to the latest on Mike Vrabel, and that is Mazz's Boston Red Sox. Long commercial-free segment comes your way next.
Playoff hockey tonight at the Garden. Felger and Mazz right now at Hurricanes at the Garden. Brought to you by Coors Light. Blue Mountains Cold Beer. Bruins ready. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
What is your current temperature on the Red Sox and what direction they're headed in?
They suck, Tony. It's a bad team. Hate watching them. There's been bad teams that we've been forced to watch over the last, let's call it, decade plus. This is amongst my least favorite. I think when we look at this team, I'm looking at a lineup where there's nothing inspiring. So I was there last night. It was freezing. And I forget at what point of the game it was. It was probably not yet 4-0. Maybe it was 3-0. And I'm like, I wish that I had even a glimmer of hope that they were going to come back and win this game. Like, the idea that a Rafael Devers would be looming. And it's like, yeah, okay. Like, I could see a base hit and a walk, and then Devers comes up, and it's like, oh, yeah, maybe he runs into one. But I think that situation did eventually present itself where it's like, okay, yeah, walk, a base hit, and here's Andrew Monasterio. Sure. I was at batting practice just watching Aaron Judge just hammer baseballs onto the Mass Pike. And, like, we don't have – obviously no one has an Aaron Judge, but we don't have any stars. There's no one where I'm like, all right, yeah, like I paid money to see that guy. So, yeah, it's very, very uninspiring.
Jared Carrabis on with Mazz last night on the Baseball Hour, as he is every single Wednesday. Mazz, the Red Sox suck, says Jared. Your thoughts?
He's right. What is there to argue there? They don't have difference makers. Other teams don't have a single guy to worry about or focus on in the opposing lineup. You want to know what the quintessential Red Sox moment was of this season? The ultimate moment happened in the second inning last night.
I was watching it.
Okay. Walk by Monasterio, double by Duran off the wall. Duran starting against a left-handed pitcher. Roman Anthony out of the lineup. Duran hits a double off the wall. Second and third, nobody out after you're down 3-0. Second and third, nobody out. Durbin, ball one, strike looking, strike swinging, 1 out. Wong, strike looking, ball one, strike looking, strike swinging, 2 outs. Connor Falefa, ball one, strike looking, foul ball, strike swinging, 3 outs, good night. 12 pitches, 3 strikeouts, 1 guy swung the bat and made contact. It was a foul ball. That's it. Second and third, nobody out. Max Fried looked at who you had coming up, almost wet himself because he was laughing so hard, struck out the next 3 bums on 12 pitches. 1 of them fouled the pitch off. Everything else went right to the glove.
See, I thought you were going to say something else the other moment that I thought kind of signified what this suck team is this year, where they don't trust Ranger Suarez, so they paid $130 million to face Giancarlo Stanton with 2 outs. They pulled him at 71 pitches, and I know he gave up the bomb early.
And he kind of copped an attitude about it. You see that?
Yeah, I don't blame him. Like, listen, what are you paying me for? I'm supposed to be a starter. I know that was a rough start last night, but I'm still in the game. I'm at 71 pitches. Let me face this guy. Oh no, we're feckless and scared. That's what the Red Sox are in 2026. Feckless and unwatchable. They suck.
Yep.
Feckless.
Yep, they're scared. There's no question. Now, honestly, I wouldn't have had
means, what does feckless mean?
Feckless means weak, ineffective, incompetent.
Pretty much accurate.
Feckless.
I wouldn't have had him face Stanton. You can't give up any more runs because there's no shot of them getting 5 to win a game.
But it speaks to why'd you spend that kind of money on a pitcher like that in the first place?
So against a guy, I'm sorry, and I'm glad you brought this up. I think the fact that Giancarlo Stanton is shoving it up their ass this week is embarrassing. He's an easy guy to pitch to.
He is.
He's kind of a hack now.
Sliders away.
Yes, exactly right.
He can't lay off of it. It's been like proven. I know he's hot right now, but you can pitch to that guy.
Oh, absolutely you can.
And he's been hitting missiles off of you the entire week. That would frustrate me.
Yes, it should frustrate you because, again, he's an easy out. And right now, so the last thing, all I'm saying is he had already hit 2 doubles off him in this game. And, he's got, 4 hits in the series at that point, including the home run. And then Rafaela took 1 hit away from him on the catch. I would not have let him see a pitch under, 90 miles an hour or below. And that's what Suarez is throwing.
I said it
Murray,
earlier.
you're not wrong.
No, that moment you're talking about, too, is terrible. I said it earlier, and I think you agreed, Mazz. I hate that they got that 1 run. I think Lou said last night, late in that game in the 9th inning, they hadn't been shut out back-to-back games at Fenway since 2002. I wanted to see it happen. It's probably going to happen tonight. 3 in a row with them scoring no runs. It's what they deserve.
So I'll tell you, I was hoping they'd get shut out the whole series. I was hoping for goose egg,
Same.
3 in a row, because I don't think it's ever been done.
Yeah, it hasn't. Lou said it last night in the broadcast.
I'm not sure a team has ever been shut out for the entirety of a 3-game series. So if Lou said it, I didn't hear the broadcast. I didn't have the sound up, Murray. So I was kind of hoping to see it.
Jimmy, Carrabis 2A, please. Are they worried? I want to hear this.
Do you think they're worried about it?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you think or do you know?
I've heard some things.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there anything they can do to reverse it?
In season, the only thing that they have going for them, and maybe this is grasping at straws, is that the rest of the league sucks. Last night's game is an example of why I've kind of lost more hope than I have at any other point this year, is because Luis Gil is awful, and the metrics were awful, and you got shut out. Like, no one hit the ball hard off this dude. All of his stuff was down. He's been awful all season long, and he went out there and blanked you. Like, how does that happen? And you think it's going to get better with Max Fried on the mound? Max Fried, his last 3 outings, not been super sharp. Your lineup against left-handed pitching this year is a joke. And then you got Schlittler in the finale on Thursday, and he's going to jam it up your keister all night. I wouldn't be surprised if that dude strikes out, he breaks Clemens' record. He's going to punch out 23 on Thursday, Tony.
So
Jared's demoralized.
Yeah, he sure is. Catch Jared every Wednesday on the Baseball Hour with Mazz.
They suck, Tony.
They suck. Do you think they're going to do anything about it?
No.
Something seismic to shake it up?
Not in the short term.
Last year they traded Devers.
Okay, no. No, not like that. No. So when you say seismic, does firing the hitting coach count?
No.
Okay. So short of that, my answer is no. I think it's a hard thing to do in season. Teams don't want to make blockbusters in season, generally speaking. Last year's Devers deal was kind of an aberration. It doesn't often happen that way.
And Carrabis said this. We'll play one more Carrabis. 4. Jimmy, go ahead. Please.
A guy.
Yeah.
That's
so
they got to trade a guy.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Not fire a guy, trade a guy. If I'm Jaron Duran, I'm sitting there being like, wait a second. I was the All-Star Game MVP a couple of years ago. I had a 9 whatever wins above replacement a couple of years ago. I was being shopped around all offseason, and you wouldn't take anything less than an ace starting pitcher for me. Now I'm a role player? What the hell happened between that and right now? That now I'm playing every couple of days and I'm a pinch hitter in late and close situation. Like, what is that? If you want to fire a guy, go ahead and fire a guy. Is that going to make a difference? No. I think the second that you trade a guy, that's when it's like, okay, like if we can identify a piece that's being moved for a player that can come in and help us, and we can stabilize the outfield situation, so I'm not a guy like Duran who's second guessing myself now. Like, am I not an everyday player at the big league level? And then when you put me in the 9th inning to pinch hit, I'm like, do I have to hit a home run here to play tomorrow? Like, I don't know. That's what I would do.
Okay. To me, that is absolutely what they should do.
Should have happened 2 years ago, but keep going.
But I don't know. Like, how do you wake up a locker? How do you get their attention? Send one of them packing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just and I'm not sure. I don't think it's going to work because I don't think there's enough talent on the roster. The roster blows. That's why they suck. Their roster blows. But if you're just grasping at straws to try and get a spark and try and get anything you can out of this team, shake up the locker room. Move some guys.
Yeah, look, Duran's easy. I just think now his value is plummeted.
Yeah.
So, but that's an easy one, and I just don't know that will constitute a shakeup. He might be popular with some teammates, I guess. So maybe there's that. but he doesn't give him enough, on the field to. And I don't think the return is going to be great. If you really wanted to shake up the team, you'd have to trade Story, which no one's going to take. Maybe Contreras.
Well, work hard. Swallow some money and shake up the locker room. You can obviously fire a manager and get a sugar high, but you can also send someone packing from the room and get a sugar high that way. That's where I would start. I'm with Jared on that one. Okay. Red Sox suck. Patriots draft. Vrabel Rossini. Vrabel is going to miss day 3 of the draft to enter emergency counseling after more revelations in the New York Post. That's the latest. We'll take your calls on all of that. We still have Bruins Sabres to get to, which we're here at Hurricanes by the Garden 4. Bob Beers will join us later next hour. We'll get to your phones right after Murray's 90-second update here. No commercials.
They suck, Tony. It's a bad team.